morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from Brookings, Oregon. Well, today's verse is Matthew 5:8, which says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." Now, in these Beatitudes, I haven't yet addressed the idea of blessed, so I thought I'd hit that today. We have many versions of what blessed means in our language. We say bless you when you sneeze. We say, oh, this motorhome is such a blessing. When I did a work camper job in Dollywood, my southern friends would say something like, oh, bless your heart. And that could mean everything from, oh, you're so cute, all the way to, you're a special kind of stupid, ain't you? And so blessing is all over the place. But as I look in the Bible at the biblical usage of the word blessing, I find it to be a bit different than today's usage. In Genesis, one of the first mentionings of blessing is be fruitful and multiply. That's interesting. And then later in Genesis, Jacob actually steals Esau's blessing. Well, how do you steal a blessing? That's an odd concept. In Genesis 49, Jacob blesses his sons, and as he does, he's basically saying a prophecy as to what's the future of the 12 tribes of Israel. So it's a really interesting concept, this concept of a blessing. In fact, Numbers 6:24 says, the Lord bless you and keep you. And with that, I see blessing as that assurance of what's going to happen in the future, that the future is secure in Him. And that's how I see a blessing. Now, back to Matthew 5:8, it says, blessed are the pure in heart. So, what's the pure in heart? How do we purify our hearts? Well, the answer is we can't. Thanks very much. Have a great week. No, actually, we really can't. Only He can purify our hearts as we empty ourselves. So, how does this work? Well, it goes back to what I've been saying a lot, and I have a great cross reference, which is 1 Timothy 1:5, which says, but the goal of our instruction is love from a pure heart. And that's my goal too. Love from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith. So it goes back to Psalm 37:4, which says, delight yourself in the Lord, He will give you the desires of your heart. So I know this is repetitive, but as we fall in love with Him to the point where we love Him more than anyone else or anything else, He can have it all, then we are empty vessels. And then He can pour His desires into us. Desires to love, desires to be pure, desires to read His Word because it's His love letter to us, desires to be merciful, and everything else He wants us to do, He will give us those desires so that we won't have to do it, we'll want to. It'll happen naturally. Then it says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And I love this part. See God. Well, who was able to see God after Adam and Eve and after the fall? Well, the only one that was really recorded was Moses, who saw the back of God, I suppose. And after he did, he was literally glowing, like physically glowing. And it was so freaky that he actually had to wear a veil to hide it from others. Can we actually see God like that? Well, in the future, absolutely. Our future is secure. That's the blessing part. But I think that as we empty ourselves more and more so that He can fill us with His desires, we become more and more like Him, then people are going to notice. There's going to be a glow about us. Not necessarily the same kind as Moses had, but there will be a glow. People will take notice when we are merciful for no reason, when we are loving those who are very unlovable and don't deserve to be loved, when we are giving, when we are peaceful, when we are just showing ourselves to be living examples of Jesus. They will notice that, and that's the best blessing of all. That's why I say, if we love every moment, we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a good week.